Zo, goedemiddag allemaal. Welkom. Dag voor Ajax Maccabi tel Aviv. Bertrand Traoré is aangeschoven en Francesco Farioli om jullie vragen allemaal, wat ons betreft, in het Engels te beantwoorden. Voor de mensen uit een ander land wordt het vertaald. Waar kunnen we beginnen? Vooraan bij jou? Ja? Nou, ga je gang, Eline.
Dankjewel. I'm Elina for NOS Dutch TV. Last week has been a really good week. I wanted to start with you, Francesco, if that's all right. It's been really good. How did you celebrate?
No, yeah, of course we were, all of us, really happy. The week, not only for Feyenoord and PSV, but let's add also Willem II, because at the end, I think somehow what we get at the end of the week is also for what we put in place in the first match. So I will take the full 6 days, 7 days of the previous week. But you know, it's football. Is already in the past somehow. I think it was good to have a couple of days to decompress and to refresh our mind. I mentioned one sentence to put our head in the high spot to get cold again. And after the other part is really important to put really the feet on the ground, because everything that we got so far just came with a lot of hard work, commitment, desire and spirit. And this is what we will need in this week, starting from tomorrow night.
You gave your players 2 days off, is that right?
Yes, correct.
Did they return all fresh and fit?
Yeah, almost everybody is okay. Of course, the week has been quite tough, so we have a couple of situations that we have to evaluate today. But in general, everybody is back. Also, Berghuis is getting better and better. And the only 2 players that are out, but this is since already some weeks, is Avila and Mansberg.
Yeah, the sentiment around Ajax has really changed the past few weeks. We're talking about football again when it comes to Ajax. How do you see this whole shift in the way we talk about Ajax?
From the around is quite reasonable somehow, but from our side, from my side, but also from all the players, we are all aware, the group and the people working in the club, we know that it's a long process. We know from where we are coming from. We know the obstacle and the things that we are going to face in the next future, and somehow we should not really forget which are the objectives since the beginning of the season, and not to fall down in the easy situation, when the narrative in the middle of the season somebody wants to change it. So from my side and from our side, we are very calm. Of course, the emotion and the right vibes from the last week are there, and these, I think, also are good memories that are important to keep with us. But as I said, and also yesterday, Akpom did a fantastic interview speaking about, that the past is the past and the future is in front of us, and we have just to keep going.
Yeah, tomorrow it's Maccabi you have to beat.
Yeah.
They're not in the greatest form. How do you want to beat them? Where do you see your chances?
About this one, we can also discuss if they are in great form or not. Of course, the last couple of results are not positive, but is one team that used to compete to win the league. Is the biggest club in Israel. Is one team that, they are with 0 points, but the 3 matches that they played in Europe were very tight, and they create a lot of trouble and struggle for everybody. And we had already the experience with Karabakh. We went there with 0 points, but the reality that all the matches in Europe are complicated, especially when you play with teams that are the biggest club in their country, so they have a lot of self-confidence and desire. So tomorrow it will be for sure another game where we need to be really, really careful.
There will be a potential security risk for the game with pro-Palestinian protests announced. What does that do with the experience of the game?
Yeah. So for us, let me prepare the game from the tactical and physical point of view. About the rest is not absolutely in my responsibility or in my duties to speak about all things around the pitch.
Okay,
Thank you.
Bertrand, I have a few questions for you, if that's all right. You had 2 days off. How did you celebrate?
I think we won one game. We didn't win any trophy or something, so I didn't celebrate. Of course, I was very happy with the last few results, but it was tough last few days, so we needed to take a rest and then clean up a little bit our mind and then get back to work fresh and then ready to go again. So we came back, we're ready, and then we'll have some fresh legs tomorrow to play.
How would you describe the mood in the group right now?
The mood is, I think it hasn't changed a lot since we started together. It's always coming happy to the club, try to work hard, and then keeping the same hard work mentality. And now it's a bit more easier now with the results we're having. So we'll keep on working on this way, and then hopefully we'll end up like this season.
Yeah, when you came here at the beginning of the season, you weren't as fit as you are now. You were an important part of the group. What part did your trainer play in getting you here, like getting ready?
I think everybody said now he's doing a fantastic job with the group. And then we don't have like only 11 starters. We have the whole squad that can start a game, and it's the same with me and the other players. If they have small issue or trying to manage the game times. So yeah, I'm feeling better and better now after weeks, and yeah, I'm ready to compete as all the other players. So whenever they need me, I will be ready to compete for the team.
Thank you.
Gaan we door naar de ESPN. Christian, komt de microfoon aan. Hij komt van de andere kant.
Francesco, I would like to start with you. Having won the two big games, the expectations will be even higher. You've talked about how high they are and where Ajax is coming from. Ajax has played particularly well against teams that want to press, want to play the passing game, like Feyenoord, PSV, Besiktas. Tomorrow's challenge is totally different. Do you agree that Ajax is particularly strong against teams that want to play and press? And what do you think is this particular challenge tomorrow?
I think the feeling is that the game is a bit faster, because it's normal that when there is more space, the game is more vertical, there are more runs. But I'm not completely agree that it's easier to play against a team that come to press. It's a different game. When you face a team that defends a bit lower on the pitch, the way to attack require more passes, more mobility in the short spaces, more combination, and of course, when the space is tight, it takes a bit longer to enter and to go through. And I think the part that the team honestly is doing quite well with these few days of preparation in between one match to the other. The most difficult part is always to be really capable to switch our mind and to play maybe different games in a distance of 2 days, and sometimes also to play different game in the same one.
If we look
and
at
yes, and just sorry about the first part that it was your sentence to start. That you speak about the pressure and the change of expectation. I think I already answered before, but I really want to underline this part, that for us nothing has changed. I know that honestly you as a media, you gave me the opportunity yesterday to make a nice summary of this one, because the comment in 7 days were quite different, and for me it's important to have like a reality check, because cannot be that one team that 7 days before was difficult to be tolerated, 7 days later is like the title contender or whatever it is. So I think we are in a process, and I know that I'm really boring on this one, but our reality check is about who we really are, and who we really are is a team that wants to play every match, wants to do good things as much as we can, but we are also really aware about our limitations and about, let's say, the things that lead us to be where we are and with the feelings that we have at the moment.
the game of tomorrow, if we look at Tel Aviv and some of the other European games, they've defended in a low block every now and then. You need creativity. If you say creativity, you think about, for instance, Steven Berghuis. How fit is he now? Could he play, for instance, for an hour?
Let's say I think Steven is on the way back. As you know, the problem that he had, the injury that he had, is a quite severe one. So we have to be really, really careful with the steps that we are going to take with him. I think the fact of having him for 10 minutes last day was really important. Tomorrow we will try to see and to check, of course, his condition, how it is, his feelings, because also there the process is not always so linear. So maybe you can have days where you feel really good, and maybe a couple of days later to have type of step back. But Steven is doing great. He's really motivated. So let's see tomorrow. I think he will be part of the game. But now it's a bit difficult to understand how many minutes.
Berghuis is not 100% fit yet, but most of the other regular starting lineup players, they are. If we look at the other teams in Holland that have played a very busy schedule, they all are missing 2, 3, 4 starting lineup players. Do you feel that your rotation decisions have helped in getting the whole team fit?
Now it's very easy because with in this moment is the perfect scenario for me to come here and to say I was completely right, and this is not the case because of course with the different results and different vibes, maybe we could be here to discuss about terrible decisions. As I said, what I did, and I don't like to speak about rotation or changes, but about more like things that you have to put in place. One is to have the spirit of the group. The second part is to have everybody involved to keep the level of the training really high. And the other part is to try to keep the fitness of everybody okay, because at the end, I don't want to have players exhausted, but I want to have players that they have always the hunger to go on the pitch and to give, something more. And in all the matches so far, or in the majority of the matches, who start and especially who enter and who finish the game did an amazing contribution. And after here close to me, we have one example of one player that he's already playing more than double minutes than what he did last season. In the last game, he had an amazing performance footballistically, but also physically. The numbers were above the sky. To build a certain condition and a certain stability, you need a bit of time, a bit of work, and also a bit of rest when is the moment to rest.
This is a question I have for you, Bertrand. I think during this season, you've been improving gradually, and in the last few weeks, you're involved in a lot of goals and a lot of chances for Ajax. But then the Feyenoord match comes, and suddenly you find out that you're not starting. Were you surprised? What do you think?
No, I wasn't surprised as a competitor, and of course I want to play every game, every big games. But I trust the staff. I trust this team, and I'm also not a young player anymore. I understand a lot of things. So I was convinced that the best thing was for me to start the game like this. And when the time came, I was helpful for the team. And then the most important thing was the 3 points 3 days after we beat PSV. Then I was starting the game. So it's now all about the team and all about the result. So whatever is the best thing to do to get the result, the positive result, we're going to do it, and then I'm up for it.
Francesco, music to your ears. This is the perfect attitude.
Yeah, and this is what we need. I know sometimes it's really complicated to accept because all the players want, and honestly, not only they want, but they are capable of. But as I say, it is not to arrive. When you drive the car and the level of the petrol goes in the red side. So it's to try to avoid always to touch this part and to go to the petrol station a bit earlier than before to be in the red side. Thank you.
Eerste rij hier, Mike. Pardon.
Francesco, good afternoon. You said you had to evaluate some players. Which players?
Divine and Sutalo, Rens and Sutalo, both of them, they came out from the game with some small issues, but I think they will be okay, but we need to check a bit more today.
Okay. Things are going well in Europa League and the Eredivisie. Will there come a time when the league becomes more important? And are we going to see that in your lineups?
We are always in the same point, Mike. For us, there is no one game that is more important than the other. We try to really approach the matches one by one. Try to took the best decision possible. Tomorrow, I think, is a crucial game for our journey, and our mind is there. We cannot look further. Of course, we know that on Sunday we will have another big match, but the one of tomorrow is a massive one for us, for the club, in front of our supporters. So we have to be really connected and to give everything for the game of tomorrow.
Yeah, I was asking because in the league you can win Champions League ticket. So
yes, and here we want to try to do our best as well, because it's important to compete. As Ajax, of course, all the time that you play in Europe, you also represent a big part of the history, and you have to compete, trying to make the best out of the game, and after from Friday we will start to think about the next match, but now the priority is the game with Maccabi.
yeah, the match seems to be abused by pro-Palestine protesters. What do you think about mixing sports and politics?
Yeah, I think it's somehow normal, because it's part of life. Football and politics are things where all the people in the world they speak quite a lot, and they discuss quite a lot. Today we could speak about the election of the United States president, so it's always like this. But for us internally, it's just about the football match. Try to have a good game plan, and to have especially the right feelings to approach the game and to be mentally connected.
Yeah, but the fans are not so happy with that. Can you understand that?
Yeah, I heard and I saw things, but as I say, this is something that with this tight schedule for me is really difficult also to try to have extra opinion in things around the pitch.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Iemand anders? Hier, Lentin.
Hi, Bertrand. We spoke a while ago, and you told us that you were struggling still a little bit with playing 3 games a week with the same intensity. How are you doing with that now?
Yeah, as I just said it, I said I feel much better now. With weeks after weeks, and then it's up to the manager now to manage. He said also he's trying to manage to not get this red zone. So trying to put as much competitive team as possible on the pitch. And then for me it's normal. He said I played already more minutes than I played last season, full season. So I'm happy with my condition. I'm happy where I am now. But of course, we need to be also clever. Try to give the same performance like in every single game. And then it's for the staff, for the manager to take a decision. As I said, I'm ready to fight for the team. I'm ready to give 100% in whenever they need me. So yeah, I'm happy.
You're still on the green now.
Yeah, I'm still on the green.
What has changed with your recovery? Are you doing something different than in the last years?
Yeah, the thing is, I said recently in the interview with Mike, when you've been injured for like the last 2-3 seasons, you could not play like 3-4 games in a row. Is normal. Our bodies, we are human beings. You cannot be like like a machine. My body needs to get used to play games after game, 3 games a week again. So, but I think I've been here already more than 3 months. I've been competing. I've been training and playing games. Is different than last season. I could not be available for a squad for even 2 months. I was always out, injury, But now things are changed. I'm I'm fit. I can train. Since I came back, I think I did every single training session. So this is something already big for me, big improvement. And then I'm happy where I am now. So that's the most important thing. And then I can bring a little bit more to the team as well.
Do you think the game against PSV was your best one yet?
The thing with me, every time I have a good game, they will say, this is best game of the season. It's like this. But you will decide at the end which one you will pick as the best game of the season. But as the most important thing for me is to be helpful for the team.
Can you answer the question, Francesco? Was it his best game yet?
I think it was a really good one, this one for sure. And, you know, in many different things, because at the end he's a player that is capable to make really the difference individually. The way he touched the ball, you can recognize that he's a different player. There is nothing to discover on this one. But you know, there is the other part, that is the capability to do this one in a long journey. And I think this is what we are getting, and especially we are getting this one because of his mentality, his work, his professionalism. We had like several conversations at the beginning of the season. The way he started to treat his body is completely different. The attention that he's putting in small details since the last season with the nutrition and all these type of things, following his own program. At the end, everything is going to make the difference and to have the impact. And that's why I always repeating that somehow what we have to do and where we have to keep growing quite a lot is in these areas that are around the pitch, and is where I see honestly our biggest challenge for the future, because of course I think there are many rooms where as a club we can take a step forward.
I can imagine you watched back the game against PSV. Have you noticed anything new or different?
No, not things that No, I think no. The game was quite was of course very good. We also took a couple of things that we really believe that we could have done better. In the other side, of course, there were fantastic moments with the ball and also without the attention, the details, and the participation of everybody. Because at the end, I think what really make the difference, it was the awareness of all the players managing different situations, recognizing different scenarios, and after the quality and the power that they put on the pitch.
What kind of match do you expect from tomorrow?
Yeah, this one is a really good question, because Maccabi is a team that can play with different in different ways. Let's say on the ball is a team that start from kind of 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. After they have some rotation with both fullbacks, so it's a team that used to take different shape when they are in the opposite half. Most of the time they build up with the back three and 5 players in the last line. After about the approach, we will see, because it's a team that can press really high, or that somehow can manage also to defend some meters lower. So we are not in their mind, and we have to be prepared for both scenarios.
Yeah, you just mentioned the things outside of the pitch that you have to improve. Is that the step that you're still seeing? Yes. Before becoming a title contender?
Yeah, before to try to build the conditions to compete with the other clubs, because the reality that there are so many areas where we can really put our mind and our attention and our focus. I keep repeating this one because I truly believe on this one. We are so lucky that we have a group of players so motivated and so committed. And now I think for us as a club, it's really important to try to provide for the players the best condition possible to perform, and to set a bit higher the standard of professionalism. And as I say, the conditions to work in the things around the pitch.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We zijn er bijna doorheen. We willen ook zo terug, Floor.
Francesco, after the game of last Saturday, we saw on the videos that the Spelers tunnel has been modified with the pictures from Ajax players from the past, from the Club of 100. How do you think about it, and did you had any influence in it?
No, this one it was so when we arrived here, we propose some, how to say, small modification about the areas where we are used to spend a bit more time. Of course, are small things, but I believe that it's important to create also one environment around where you feel, part of the past, and you feel the presence of the history, especially in one club so historical, but as well also to create some rooms for the future and for the present, and this is basically what we did. After, we are very lucky that we have especially in the media and in the commercial part, two departments that are really strong, and they are able to provide us like really interesting things to use. And Neil, for example, is in the day before the game, most of the time receive one last minute message with one crazy request, and they are really good in how to say, provide me the things that I ask in the last moment.
And have any changes been made in the dressing room as well?
In the stadium here?
Yeah, in the dressing room.
Yeah, a couple of things. No,
name some
I think some of these one you already saw. Like I wanted to have like one, open view also because I'm not very tall, and it was one table in the middle of the room that make my life complicated to speak with everybody. A couple of things to refresh, to have, like the vibes that we are in a place where we are comfortable to be and that we can call home.
One question for Bertrand. What's the biggest difference between the Traoré we saw 8 years ago at Ajax and the current Traoré?
The biggest difference is the age. I'm a little bit more older now. I think that's the only difference.
More experience.
Maybe, yeah.
Let's put it in this way.
Ja, dan zijn we er doorheen. Bedankt voor je aanwezigheid en ongetwijfeld tot morgen.